Hello, everybody. This is Alan Wang, founder of the Alan Wang Realty Group, as well as Keller Williams Santa Clara Valley. I hope everyone had an amazing Thanksgiving. I understand this year's been very challenging since, at least for my family and myself, we could only just drop off food to our family members to reduce the risk of COVID. For those of you that did gather, hope you did that safely. But yes, it's been certainly an unprecedented year across the board, so I hope everyone had a good Thanksgiving holiday. First and foremost, today I'm here to cover a quick November 2020 real estate update. I want to talk about how the elections possibly will impact real estate, and also the California propositions, which a lot of folks are curious how they affect real estate as well. All right, without further ado, let's get started. For those of you that don't know me, I'm Alan Wang. I've been in the real estate business for over 17 years. I run a top team in the nation, Alan Wang Realty Group. We rank extremely high in the nation and also in the state of California. I also am a founder and owner at Keller Williams Santa Clara Valley. That's we just launched in 2020. So if you're a realtor looking for an amazing culture of sharing and training and to get your real estate career started to become a future millionaire real estate agent, you'll come to the right place and reach out to me and we can talk more about that. First off, disclaimer-wise, we are not tax or estate planners. We highly advise that you seek the advice of a tax and legal professional. We do know real estate, but everyone's family situation is different, and taxes and estate planning and the legalities of that are better suited for a tax planner or an estate planner. However, we wanted to get you up to date as to how these new propositions impact real estate. As far as November market update, it is a seller's market for single-family homes still. For those of you that did not watch my update from last month, the COVID-19 situation and quarantine has caused families to realize that their spaces are just too small and they needed to expand and get their families into a larger home with more bedrooms, a den for an office, and more yard space to send the kids outside when school is done. So that is continuing to be a multi-offer situation, multiple bids. And that is what's going on in that particular arena. So if you're a buyer looking for a single family home, still going to be competitive and likely continue on until 2021. Townhomes have balanced out a little bit better. When we talked a little bit prior, it was more of a seller's market again for townhomes. It still is. I still see townhomes are taking much longer to sell and perhaps not as competitive, but they are selling. And so I would say I'd call it a bit of a more balanced market on that front. For a buyer's market, is the condominiums. If you're looking at a condominium, especially in the city of San Francisco or perhaps downtown San Jose, you as a buyer are in control. Those markets have not recovered. A lot of folks have moved out of those areas. They are looking for more space, not looking for this particular product at this moment. And so that is an opportunity for you as a buyer. Now, currently we are obviously in November coming into December. There's still buyers out and about looking at homes and multiple offer situations are happening. But buyers and sellers, especially sellers, are winding down for the holidays. If their homes haven't sold at this point, or they're sitting around in one of those other categories, townhomes or condos, or even single family, they're going to take it off and rest the house probably and bring it back on in the spring, where typically is a better market for sellers anyways. For those properties that are hot, some buyers are still around. So sellers, you might still get a good multiple offer situation, though the quantities might be a little bit lower. Quality could be high. Now, as of literally yesterday, we had a coronavirus shelter-in-place lockdown once again in the Santa Clara County area and likely around other counties and across all of the state of California. The virus cases are up again, and I understand we're all fatigued, we're all tired, and we're all sick of this situation and trying to get back to some resemblance of normalcy. But the risks are still there. And with Thanksgiving, I know there were a lot of people that took risks to see their families during the holidays. And it's hard when folks are over to enforce the mask rule or stay 6 feet apart. It's just not, and of course you gotta take your mask off to eat. It's the same issue with outdoor dining. There's somebody sitting right behind you, you got your mask on, but you gotta take off your mask to eat. And this is extremely risky for the spread of coronavirus, and we're not really helping the situation. Huge outbreak in the NFL. This Sunday, and that's unprecedented, not seen before. This is not a joke. And I think even though we are exhausted and tired, we need to be diligent as a society. Yes, there's potential vaccines around the corner, but it's not out yet. So what we are really putting at risk are our elders or folks with health conditions. So please be safe. I want to start with the presidential elections. And to that, I'll say, please keep calm and carry on. It was certainly a dramatic presidential election, probably one of the most dramatic ones I've ever seen, with the counts and the delays and counts, the contesting of counts and the lawsuits. But in the day here, I think it's pretty clear that Joe Biden will be the president of the United States coming next year. And at least around the state of California, I don't think there's going to be a predominantly Democratic state. Anyways, I don't see a huge amount of impact to our local real estate market. If anything, the state of California is probably okay with this presidential election here and the results. I think there'll be a minimal impact to real estate. Granted, we have one of the most real estate friendly presidents that have been that just ended his 4-year term. I think it's just you need to be careful potentially, but honestly, I don't think there's going to be much changing. The United States economy is going to be on tooth and nails. For quite a while after with the coronavirus fallout. I don't think there's going to be a major move on anything in the next year or two, especially interest rates. So I anticipate real estate to be the same. We can't afford a lot of changes on that front. I think the president has a lot more other problems to deal with. And so my only concern would be hoping that these forbearance programs continue so that folks impacted by the coronavirus and potentially tenants or their jobs can maintain their homes. So we don't have foreclosures coming again or short sales. That would be awful for the real estate market. At least in the state of California and the Silicon Valley, things remain strong here and likely not going to happen here because there's enough of equity in the stock market that folks are pushing into real estate here. However, if the entire United States has a recession, the Silicon Valley would not be immune to that. That's something to monitor. But again, stay calm, carry on. I don't think the new president is going to affect a lot in real estate in the short term. A couple of propositions got defeated. Proposition 15, they were planning to change the commercial property tax rate and make it instead of letting it carry on historical rates, make it based upon purchase price rates or basically assessed to current values. That was rejected. Proposition 21, local government rent control, basically allowing governments to establish rent control over houses over 15 years old. And that was also defeated. So those of you that are commercial owners or landlords, those two items will not be affecting you. Proposition 19, this is perhaps the biggest change that has happened and has passed as far as property taxes are concerned. Targeted for seniors who are over 55 years and older. Major changes on this front. First of all, it was disguised as, we're helping fire victims and all, and of course that's something we need to do. But there was a lot more to unravel here. First off, if you're the base transfer rate, tax rate, if you're over 55 years or over, prior to Proposition 19, if you were 55 years and older, you're allowed to move your property tax one time to a limit of 10 counties. There are 10 counties you can move to, and you can sell your property for pretty much around your purchase price or a little bit, about 10% over, and move your tax base over. Now, why? The reason for this was we wanted to make sure seniors had a way to be able to stay in the Bay Area or some of these 10 counties, even though they're retiring. And so it allowed them to basically buy an equivalent property of their sales price, or 10% less, or of course lower. And you can live in 10 counties that actually participated in this particular base transfer tax. And there were value limits, as I mentioned. Now, here are the major changes. As a senior over 55, you can transfer up to 3 times now. So if you've done this once already, you have 2 more times. And also, by the way, before we would say, hey, wouldn't it be great if I sold my property in Silicon Valley and moved to Napa County? Well, Napa didn't participate, actually, at that time. Well, now you can. So you can move to Napa or San Diego, some of these counties which didn't participate prior, and you can move it up to 3 times and maintain your tax base. And now you can do any home value. Now, the tax treatments are different. If you stay around the equal price or less, you'll be okay to maintain your current tax. But if you start going over, there's different limits that are put in place there. Now, we haven't fully unraveled all the details around how this is going to work. I would advise that you talk to your tax accountant and figure out if you're really trying to do this, what does this mean? And for the tax, and how much house can you buy? And what's your appetite for additional property tax assessments on top of your current rate? But this is a huge change. and overall beneficial, especially for those that are over 55, to be able to move your property tax base is a huge win. Now, these rules come into effect April 1st, 2021. I like this chart here that I got from the Board of Equalization. There's a nice summary here. There's a link on the bottom here if you want to click on that link. Parent-child transfers or grandparent to grandchild exclusion transfers. Now, in the past, there was a $1 million limit no matter what type of property. So if I owned a single family home and a condo rental, and I wanted to give it to my grandchildren or my children, that would be okay. Now there is a limit. The limit now only applies to the primary home, and that's definitely the case. And really, it's just all about that value there, is taxable value up to 1 million, and also the grandchild or child can only take your primary residence. And so that's a big deal there. February 16, 2021. And there's also some discussion, and I'm trying to still unravel this myself, but if the children or grandchildren move into the property, I believe the property tax rate is at a different rate. If it becomes rental, then it comes to market value. And that's something that I'm still trying to understand, but that's what some outlets are reporting, something to be aware of. So again, something interesting to unravel here, a nice chart from the Board of Equalization. Well, that's all for me. If you're looking this end of the year with December coming around, please schedule a complimentary consultation with myself or my team. We are here for you. It's a good time to plan for 2021. Whatever your real estate goals and dreams might be, if you're looking to just buy that first dream home, we are here for you. If you're looking to decide how to sell an investment property and do a 1031 exchange and manage your tax base, we are here for you. Those of you that are looking to upsize, downsize, retire, get some help on any of those fronts, we are here for you. Give me a call or text 408-313-4352, 408-313-4352, or send me an email at alan@alanwangrealty.com. Again, everyone, please be safe. With the holidays, Christmas around the corner, I suggest you don't gather with your family. It is not worth it. Just send the gifts and spend some quality time at home with your own family. Be safe out there, everybody. Thank you very much. Have an amazing day.